Welcome to this week report. I am Jody Chironi with astropod_cast. And there's so many things happening that hopefully we can get through it all. November brings us another month closer to the new year, when all the outer planets will be making huge connections. So tomorrow is December 1st. We are beginning the last month of the year of 2024. And the big news for tomorrow is that it is a new moon in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is the sign of optimism. And with it meeting up, the moon, the sun, in Sagittarius together, they're also going to be near Mercury, who has recently went into retrograde last Monday. So all these things happening, plus it's opposing Jupiter in Gemini, its opposite sign. So this is one of those tricky situations that the astrologers are calling a mutual receptivity, in terms of Mercury is weakened in Sagittarius and Jupiter is weakened in Gemini. They both are not at their full strength when they're at their opposite signs. So with Mercury involved being retrograde, Mercury is going to help us process all these kind of puzzling thoughts that could run away on its own to where we don't really know what it is that we're after anymore because things are getting confusing. The opposition occurring with the new moon isn't usually a normal thing, but this will be occurring a lot as the future moves forward, with Jupiter still hanging out in Gemini until mid-2025 before it shifts into Cancer. So all the oppositions occurring right now is also the Leo opposing Pluto in Aquarius. So Mars is opposing Pluto in Aquarius, which will be happening for the next 19 to 20 years. So the opposition of Mars slowly moving to 6 degrees of Leo will be in effect all the way until March of 2025, in terms of the fact that Mars is going station retrograde on December 6th, which is coming up in a week from now. So this opposition continues for the duration of 19 years also, because anything that goes into Leo will be opposing Pluto. What does this mean for us? Because Pluto was opposing the sun in Cancer for the past 18 years. Now Pluto's going to oppose everything in Leo. I touched on this maybe a month ago in terms of the situation is such that Mars is retrograding in Leo and going backwards into Cancer. So Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is the collective emotion. Wherever the moon is that day, we all collectively feel the same. Not the same as the moon on your birthday, which is just your personal moon. And then the sun rules over the collective in terms of it is our core of who we are. Where the sun is when you're born is your sun sign. But as a Leo, they are ruled by the sun. So their core is collectively representing humanity. So with these retrogrades occurring, we are being asked to really see and ask ourselves these deep thoughts. Are we heading in the direction that we want to head into? Are we doing things for ourselves to make us happy? Are we doing what we believe our purpose is? And if we don't know our purpose, we need to seek that out the next 19 years. So these are big metamorphoses occurring, mutations occurring. Our minds, our bodies are all being upgraded to a different type of value system that we have now, that we've held on to collectively for the past thousands of years, as we release these stuck ideas about how we should be, how we should act, judgment upon others. All these things are going to be slowly upgraded. As Pluto is still at the 00 degrees of Aquarius, we have 19 to 20 years to work on this collectively and personally, to align our values with the greater good for our earth, for our animals, for us to continue on as a species. So now that Mars was retrograding on Friday, December 6th, starting at 6 degrees and 10 minutes, and will station direct on February 24th, 2025, at 17 degrees and 0 minutes of Cancer. So this is what we're in for, a very, very long Mars retrograde. Mars Mercury retrograde can prepare us for this coming year and the next year in terms of the work that we do now, inside, inwardly, with our minds, our hearts, our soul, what it is we truly want to be happy, not for other people, but for ourselves. Now is the time to really dig deep into these things, and I will talk about this more on Friday. This week we're really adjusting to the Mercury retrograde and how things are slowing down for us. You could be sleepier, your mind could wander and daydream, and this is exactly what we need. We need to tune our mind out this time, let it rest, and not depend on our mind so much, but now depend on our heart. What it is our heart wants, what it is our heart is showing us that we need to do. Thank you for being here for this little short podcast over this Thanksgiving week. I hope you had a beautiful time with your family. We had a great time. I would say this was the first time that I've had food coma. I never understood it before, but this time the food was just so delicious. It was the first time in our house in Florida, and it was a special time for us. We loved it, the weather, everything is how we want it to be. Nothing's perfect, obviously. I'm not going to tell you it's perfect because it's not. But we are humans and we are living through a special time of understanding and adjusting and learning to accept ourselves for who we are as we accept other people. There's no reason not to treat yourself to be happy. If you like a new lipstick, do that. If you want a new suit, get yourself a new suit. Whatever it is that makes you happy right now is important. And a lot of it is giving things to other people that makes us happy also. But not all the time, right? Sometimes it's too much, right? So this is the time to figure that out so you don't hold in anger and release it on the wrong people because you're not aware of your moods, what you're saying, how you're coming across. So slow down. It's the perfect time for that. And thank you for being here to all my new and old followers. I really appreciate you. I know it's a hard time, so if you need to speak to me, please write me, contact me any way you can. I'm available, and I would love to help you during these difficult times. I'm here for you, to listen to you, and the more I talk to you, the more I get a sense of what you're about. Psychically, I tune in to you in the way you speak, and little things come up in my consciousness about what it is that you need. And this is how I guide people along that need help. I can sense a lot of times of what it is you want before you talk about it. And that's something I don't know. I just know I've been able to do that as a child. I can sense things about people and what their intentions are. Maybe even they don't, because their actions send a message that they don't know that they're sending. These are psychic attunements that I practice every day. And when I go out into the world, I really keep my shield on. I don't make myself very visible unless I want to be visible, so that I do not absorb energy that I do not want to come towards me. And a lot of people like me feel the same way. A lot of us um, are hermits. We talk to people, we go out and about, but we really cherish our time when everything is quiet and we can hear ourselves talking. So thank you, and I'll be back on Friday the 6th, and we will talk more about Mars going retrograde. I appreciate you. Stay mindful. Do your 10 seconds meditation, deep breathing. If you find yourself anxious and someone's pressuring you for something, back off. Go take your deep breath in, and don't worry about it. If it's important, they'll still be there for you. Okay? Thank you. Take care. I'll see you Friday. Come on. Bye.